Hi there. My name is Anand Venkateshan. I'm the founder of mentorscapital.com. In this video, I'm going to make a case for why studying MIM or a master's from Canada is actually a very, very smart choice, especially if you're a fresh undergraduate student. We are a networking, mentorship, and admissions consulting platform, and we make the study abroad dreams of our students a reality. We do this by connecting students with mentors from across the globe and believe that these engaging discussions can really help the students make better and more impactful admission decisions. Now, Canada has increasingly become a very, very favorable destination to study and settle down. The reason for this, obviously, is that besides the positive, favorable immigration policies that the country has, Canadian firms have actually done really, really well at an international stage, especially in the field of technology and e-commerce. Notwithstanding that, students still have plenty of doubts whether a program like MIM is really worth it, and whether you get enough opportunities after the MIM program in Canada. Now, I'm going to bust some of these myths that are very, very common. These include, you need to be from a non-commerce or business background in order to study an MIM program. Well, only engineers can apply, and that's because 3-year degree programs are not really considered by Canadian universities. Masters is very, very expensive, and finally, the masters is meaningless as compared to an MBA degree. So prefer to do an MBA and not an MIM or a master's program. Now, these myths actually have been propounded on the basis of unverified claims and false information. Well, I'm going to give you some information that hopefully busts these myths. First of all, there are many, many Canadian firms that lie in the top rankings. I've taken the QS rankings as the base here and found almost 20 plus universities feature in the global top 100 for MIM or specialized master's programs. Another data point that is relevant is the fact that the average tuition cost of studying in Canada is about 55,000 Canadian dollars. This is an average number, but this works out to around 35 lakhs, give or take. Now, that's not really expensive when you consider that an MBA will typically cost you at least double of that. Again, 3 out of the top 10 universities require a 4-year undergraduate degree, which means, yes, some universities do have a constraint of you having completed 16 years of education, but most universities are not of that kind. And in fact, only 2 of the top 10 universities in Canada admit students into their masters only if they come from a business or a non-business or a non-commerce background. Which means if you've studied a 3-year undergraduate program from commerce, economics, or management, then Canadian universities actually will welcome you with arms wide open. Now, what I'm going to do now is show you the top 5 universities in Canada to pursue an MIM or a specialized master's program. The methodology is fairly straightforward. I took a look at the university rankings. I took a look at the average tuition cost, the admission requirements, and finally, what are the rankings? What do the rankings say? What do outcomes say about these universities? The first one that you must consider is the University of Toronto. Now, obviously, anybody looking to study in Canada dreams of doing so in Toronto, the capital city. Actually, not the capital city, but one of the biggest cities in Canada. Now, the University of Rotman School of Management is one of the most renowned ones in Canada and is situated bang in the middle of Ontario, Toronto. They offer a variety of master's programs. You can see finance, financial economics, FRM, accounting and finance, masters in engineering, IR and HR programs, as well as business analytics. Now, given its top rankings on QS, this program tends to be really stringent in terms of the admission requirements. You need to have a 4-year undergraduate degree, and your GPA in college should be in the mid-B range, which translates into about 75% or so. GMAT or GRE is a mandatory requirement to apply to the Rotman School of Management, and you want to play safe, try to get a score of above 720. It's also one of the more expensive programs, at a master's level, roughly about 90,000 Canadian dollars, which is about upwards of about 50 lakhs in Indian rupees, but definitely worth every single rupee because it's very, very hard to get in. The second university that I want you to consider is the McGill University, right? It's one of the most renowned names in Canada, and the DeSautel School of Management is equally renowned. Located also in Ontario, this university is also a favored destination for candidates from India. They offer a specialized master in finance as well as one in management analytics. 3-year UG degrees are accepted by the DeSautel School, although GRE or a GMAT score is a mandatory requirement. And again, a score of 700 plus is almost a mandatory requirement. Tuition fee is much lower than that at Rotman School. It's about 30,000 Canadian dollars for tuition. So one of the best choices in terms of ROI. Another top-ranked university in Canada is the Western University, and the Ivy Business School is top-ranked whether it comes to an MBA or a master's in Canada. Located in London, Ontario, the Ivy School of Management offers a master's in business analytics, digital management, as well as international business. Now, I would like to point out that the Ivy Business School is one of the few schools is in fact the only one in Canada, but one of the few schools across the world to offer the SEMS MBA, or the SEMS Masters rather. The SEMS Alliance is an alliance of top universities all over the world, including some here in India, and it offers you a spectacular opportunity. It's very hard to get in, but once you are part of the SEMS Alliance, you get to tap into the SEMS network to find jobs, to find internships, and also to get your job done much faster, right? So besides the alumni network that your college offers and the brand name that your college offers, you can also do a SEMS master from a partner university, and that opens up double the amount of opportunities as well as gives you access to the SEMS network. I will do a video very soon on the SEMS Alliance and why you should consider applying for the SEMS program if you're looking to apply to study at a program abroad, especially in Europe. The Ivy Business School offers masters and requires a UG degree with a competitive score of B+ in the last 2 years. GMAT or GRE is also a mandatory requirement in the Ivy Business for the Ivy Business School, and its tuition fee is about mid-range, about 70,000 Canadian dollars, which is not as expensive as Toronto, but still is on the higher end of the scale. But it's definitely worth every single pie in terms of ROI. Next up, I'm going to look at University of British Columbia. The Sauder School of Business is a very, very prestigious school located in Vancouver, British Columbia. This is also one of the business hubs, big business towns in Canada. Not as big as Toronto, but still offers a lot of opportunity. The Sauder School offers a master's in management as well as a master's in business analytics. So you can choose to specialize. You'll notice most Canadian universities offer business analytics as a program because Canada is doing, consider studying analytics in Canada if that is your field of interest. And even if you're studying a master's in management, analytics is going to be a huge part of your curriculum. The eligibility for studying at Sauder is a 3-year or a 4-year undergraduate degree, a 70+ score in your graduation, and must not have 2 or more years of experience if you want to apply to the Sauder School. GMAT or GRE is also a mandatory requirement here. And in terms of tuition, it's about sits just about at the average, which is about 50,000 Canadian dollars. Definitely worth applying to. Completely justifies the return on your investment. Next up, I'm going to look at HEC Montreal, and I purposefully chose this school to talk about this school because one of the considerations that students have is that, well, I don't want to study in Quebec. Quebec is a French-speaking locality in Canada, and I don't think I can cope. Well, reality is that you must consider that HEC, first of all, is now a household name in the field of management. HEC Paris is the original campus, and Montreal has also been set up, and has been doing exceedingly well in the past. It's also one of the best schools in the Quebec region, which means that while there is a downside of you having to pick up the language, there is also a very, very big upside, which is that there will be few applicants to the Quebec region, and HEC Montreal is one of the few top-notch schools in that locality, right, in that region. So consider applying to HEC Montreal. They offer a lot of masters in a lot of disciplines, which includes applied financial economics, data science, business analytics, finance, financial engineering, and international business. The eligibility is fairly straightforward. You need to have an undergraduate degree and should have scored at least 60% or more in your undergraduate degree. GRE or a GMAT, is also a mandatory requirement here. But the fee is drastically lower than the average. It's about 35,000 Canadian dollars as tuition fee. And it's a splendid opportunity in case you're looking to study in Canada. Well, that about completes the top 5 list. I hope I've made a good case for you to consider applying for the MIM in Canada. Just before we sort of finish this out, I'm quickly going to take you a couple of minutes to tell you more about what we do and how we can help you if you are looking to apply to Canada. Our philosophy centers around networking and mentorship. We believe it can solve most problems and get you answers to any questions that you might have. How that works is that we have a bunch of mentors from across the world, across disciplines and specializations. And either you choose a mentor you would like to connect with, or based on your profile and your admissions, the universities you are looking to apply to, we will connect you with a mentor from our vast network. You get to ask all the right questions after obviously prepping with one of our core mentors. But I'm very sure that this will give you, much more clarity about, the application process as well as prospects after studying a master's. Our services span the entire gamut of your requirements. If you're applying, if you're at the last stage of applications, then we can offer you help with the personal interview, video assessments, and also on-the-spot essays, which some universities have. We also provide admission support, which is comprehensive, which includes starting from the college shortlisting stage to preparing, grouping them into target and safe universities that you would like to apply to, and finally creating impactful admissions and making sure that you get into your dream school, right? But if you're starting early, then we also provide test preparation and help you fulfill some of those testing requirements, such as the GRE, GMAT, or the SAT. Well, that's what we do, and I hope you like this video. Do subscribe to our channel. Do subscribe also to our LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn page, and for more information, do consider writing to us at the email address shown over here, or maybe just drop us a WhatsApp text on the number shown over here, right? You can also visit obviously our website and see what kind of mentors we have and what kind of difference we've made in the lives of people, right? The link in the description will allow you to register for one of our programs. So do consider doing that. Thank you. Have a great day and wish you the very best.